Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me for another video. So as you can see by the title, this video is going to pretty much be a lot of information regarding the peel that I have recently done, the peel that I continue to do on a regular basis. As you know, I have been on this skincare journey. For those of you who have watched my videos, I've been on this skincare journey for some time now, and there's been a whole lot of improvement in my skin from the time that I did not have the knowledge that I have at this point and still just learning, just like everybody else is. I was watching this YouTuber's video regarding TCA peel, and I'm going to leave her name right here. I was so impressed with what I saw. She was beautiful. Her skin was beautiful. So she got a TCA peel, which is also, I'm going to jack this up, okay? TCA stands for trichloroacetic acid. Yeah. Okay, it's a very strong peel. Yes, it's acid, just like the peel that I use, but this is extremely strong. And she took it, she used it on her skin, like a lot of celebrities do. I've seen pictures of Cyndi Lauper recuperating from a TCA peel, as well as some other celebrities, and their skin is all red and peely and yucky, but once that goes away and it heals, which I believe it takes somewhere around 3 to 4 weeks, the skin is just rejuvenated and beautiful. And when she first did it, all of the layers of her skin came off, and her skin was very raw and red and kind of yucky, but after it healed, it was somewhere around fabulous. So I was really excited. I started doing some research on the TCA peels, and I was going into my computer, diving in and looking at this and looking at that. And wait a minute. Something's not right. And I found out that TCA peels are not good for African American skin. Now, this YouTuber is African American, but she's really light skinned, and I'm not, as you can see. I know the lighting may make me appear to be lighter than what I am, but in all reality, I am probably somewhere between a medium and a dark brown. So I heard it wasn't good for our skin. I was almost willing to do it, but I heard that there were so many negative outcomes, and there's also a possibility of this not healing. So after doing some more research, I found out that there were a lot of other milder peels on the market. So there's so many different peels. There's also the lactic acid peels, and then there's the peel that I did, which is the Mandelic acid peel, which is made from bitter almonds. Now, the funny thing about these peels is that they're all made from somewhat of natural ingredients, but they're extremely strong. I want to let you know that all of these peels are within the alpha hydroxy acid. Alpha hydroxy acids are a class of acids which are very common in over-the-counter skincare products. They work in exfoliating the dead layers on the top of the skin surface. Now, many people who use the alpha hydroxy acids will say that their skin has this wonderful glow after they're finished using it. This happens because the dead layers of the skin have been removed by using this acid product. It helps to temporarily improve the texture and the look of the skin. That's why many people have actually incorporated these peels into their daily skincare regimen. I, for one, have decided that I will probably be using this, I don't know, maybe for the next year or two. Maybe it's something that I'll be using once a month for God knows how long. Now, originally I was using products like Retin-A, which I haven't done a video about, and I haven't given a review about that. I purchased hydroquinone, which are in a lot of fading creams and products that are going to lighten up the dark blemishes on your skin, and also the product which I had previously semi-reviewed, and that was the product Proactive. It was a product by Proactive, which contains glycolic acid. The problem is that your skin does become a lot more sensitive to the sun when you're using products like Retin-A and glycolic acid and hydroquinone. So I've been trying to go a more natural and homeopathic way. I'm sure a lot of you who follow me know this, and I apologize if it seems like I bounce back and forth from all natural to products that are not so natural. When you're going towards a more natural way of living, it doesn't happen overnight. I believe that slowly but surely things get incorporated into our lives and we begin to kind of change over from unnatural to natural. So probably within the next year or two, I may have filtered out all unnatural things. But for now, yes, I do somewhat bounce back and forth. So why did I decide to use the peel? The reason why is because my skin has some discoloration and some dark spots. You may not really see it because I do wear makeup. As you can see, the surface of my skin and the lighting may not be perfect, but believe me when I tell you, what you see here is absolutely the way that it is. My skin is clear. There aren't bumps on it. The surface is not rough. I don't have any acne right now, although I do still get outbreaks. Anyway, I was looking to try to repair and fix a lot of the discoloration that I have in my skin, which I do apply makeup to cover up. And I don't intend to wear makeup forever. I don't want to have to get up in the morning and put makeup on before I go to the supermarket. I want to be able to just wear the skin that I'm in. So one thing that I did have, I've constantly battled these dark marks, but one thing I did have was after drinking tons and tons and tons of water, I still had some small bumps on my skin that were noticeable to me when I was looking very close to the mirror. I must say that the acid peel has absolutely fixed that. Like, what are these small bumps here? What are these tiny little bumps on my face? It's gone now. As far as the dark marks, well, I haven't been using the product long enough to tell you that there's been a noticeable change in the dark marks. So that was my original reason for wanting to start using the Mandelic acid peel in the first place. So it's a Mandelic acid peel and it's 25%. I ordered it off of MUAC, also known as makeupartistchoice.com, and I'll leave all of the information below. This stuff is actually almost gone. I started using it on June the 16th, okay? Now, on the bottle, the directions indicate that you want to apply to your skin with clean fingertips, which is odd to me because I use a gauze. I have a box of gauze and I use that. So I can't imagine using my fingertips because even with using the gauze, it gets on my fingers and my fingers begin to peel. I know, weird. So it says that you leave it on the skin for 3 to 5 minutes. I've been doing a complete 5 minutes. It says also that you want to use it once a week for the first 2 to 4 weeks, and then after that you can use it every 4 days. So I used it once a week for the first 2 weeks, and then I decided to transition to every 4 days. It was a bad mistake because after using it every 4 days, probably around the third time, I noticed that my skin had some serious drying. It was on this side and it began to peel over here, and my skin kind of looked plasticky when I smiled and I happened to be in the mirror and I was like, oh no, this isn't working. That's when I decided to do it once every week and a half, once every 2 weeks. And there's really no set routine. I kind of do it when I feel like my skin needs it. And that's okay. I still do it for the full 5 minutes and it hasn't dried out my skin any longer. So why did I decide on the Mandelic acid peel? Originally, when I did have my mind set on the TCA peel, I went to makeupartistchoice.com and I saw that there were so many other peels that may be conducive to what it is that I'm looking to do with my skin, and also with my skin type and texture and tone. Whoever it was I spoke to at MUAC was absolutely awesome. I got to tell you, they know their stuff. I've watched a lot of videos on MUAC, people talking about the different peels and how they've ordered from that company, and there's been nothing but people just talking about how good of service you get from that company. And I'm going to jump right on the bandwagon and tell you that I feel the exact same way. I told her that I had concerns about my skin. My skin has a tendency to keloid. My skin has a very strong tendency to dry out. I used black soap at one time and my skin dried out all over here in this area. I mean, really bad, to the point where it just got really bumpy. It looked like someone burned me, but it was black soap that did it. After explaining to her all of my concerns and telling her that I was African American, and giving her the information that she needed, she said, oh, the Mandelic acid peel was really good for me. So what do you get with a product like the 25% mandelic acid peel, as well as other alpha hydroxy acids? Well, you're getting a deeper exfoliation. You'll also be evening out your skin tone. You'll be treating dark marks, and you can also treat inflammatory non-cystic acne with an alpha hydroxy acid. Also, it can improve fine lines, repair sun damage, and it can get beyond the surface of your skin and get to stubborn blackheads and remove them. So yeah, it's really good stuff. So I left the peel on for 5 minutes, as I indicated previously. What did it feel like? Well, it was kind of like this tingling type of sensation. Somewhat a little slight burning. It was a little uncomfortable, but it really wasn't a big deal. Okay, after I used it for the 5 minutes, I washed it off with a mild soap and rinsed with warm water. Previously, I had been applying shea butter to my skin. However, I most recently picked up a bottle of aloe vera gel. So the mandelic acid peel is so mild. It's not supposed to cause any peeling. As you know, I did have some peeling, but that's because I was using it too close, and I probably may have been leaving it on a little bit longer than 5 minutes. So make sure you set your timer. Now, if your skin is a lot lighter than mine and you're going to be using the peel, it's very possible that your skin would be pink afterwards. It should heal within about 2 to 3 days. I didn't experience any pink or redness or irritation, except for that dryness over there. Aside from that, everything else went very well. So if you decide that you're going to use this product for acne, you're going to get what's called post-peel purging. Say that quickly 5 times in a row. What that simply means is, as acid exfoliates away the surface of the skin, it brings the clogs that you have closer to the top and the surface of the skin, and then it erupts as active pimples. Okay, so before I wrap up this video, and I really hope that the information I've supplied you with has been more than helpful, and I hope that it's a whole lot of information. Of course, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below, and I'll be happy to address them for you. But before I close out this video, I do want to let you know that if you decide to never go the route of using an alpha hydroxy acid, and you never want to put it on your skin and you feel like it's just not something that's for you, I do want to strongly encourage exfoliation. And I want to once again reiterate to you the very important factor in exfoliating your skin. Why? When you're a kid, the cells that regenerate and turn over in your skin do so every single week. And as you get older into your teens and into your 20s, it slows down. And as you get even older, certain factors such as postmenopause, menopause, sun damage, and also products that you're using on your skin would slow down the process even more so. So therefore, your skin needs help to turn over those dead skin cells, and exfoliation does that. So exfoliation helps with fine lines and wrinkles and keeping them away and keeping your skin look more revitalized and youthful. And so if you're struggling with acne, you need to know that exfoliating does unclog your pores and it keeps them clean so that the sebum, also known as your natural oil, can flow through. So as always, thank you so much for watching and tuning in for another video. Everyone have a wonderfully blessed evening.